So I was just thinking lately it's been so cold. Like crazy cold,
It
Kim.
has been.
Which I hate.
And we don't live in like Alaska, so it's unacceptable. I declare unacceptable. Can you fix that, please?
It is unacceptable. So what I'd like to talk to you today is um, the seasons. What's your favorite season? But also, just since we're kind of in winter now in the snow, how do you maneuver and navigate driving in the snow, driving in the ice? Are you one of those girls that when there's a prediction, do you run to the store and grab toilet paper, bananas, and
No,
wallpaper and hammers and drills?
No, I send Jeff. No, we don't do that. So this reminds me. I'm not going to answer any of those questions first. But the first thing that came to my head when you said this is the people who are like, "Oh, I want to live in Florida all the time, not just to be a snowbird." Or and to me, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I do like having the seasons.
I do too.
But I only appreciate them because in summertime, I think of today. We should open the blinds. Like
it's like 40-mile-an-hour winds today.
So we'll be on and 2 feet of snow.
Yeah.
No, forget that.
Yeah.
More importantly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be on the beach in June, July.
Which I can't. That's why we moved here.
Tailgating with the Jeeps, and we'll be. And I'm gonna say, Val, remember that day when we did the one show?
That one
where
show
we were talking about
right
how we hated all the snow on the ground, and we're gonna be in the perfect day in the summer. Would you appreciate that as much if we didn't have to get through this to get it?
Yeah, I guess it's going through the valleys before we get to get to the hill,
That
to
theory,
the mountaintop, I guess.
Yeah.
And growing up in PA, like I love snow. I love seeing snow. I thought it was really pretty. I love snowmobiling, love sledding.
But did you do all that? Like,
yes,
we didn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
we did.
That's just how slightly farther north you were.
Yeah.
Than here in Delaware.
Correct.
And I mean, maybe once a year we got enough snow for that to happen. Yeah. And then, but even then, it was only like 2 days. Yeah. But, I mean, are you getting more than that as a kid up there in PA?
Yeah, I remember the one time we had almost like 3 feet. Schools were closed. We were building tunnels through the snow, and like my brother had all these motorheads, so we had access to snowmobiles. So we would ride up and down the street.
Motorheads?
Yeah, like gearheads. They always had like mini bikes, snowmobiles.
Oh, you're talking about people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said my brother had motorheads. I'm
motorheads, friends.
In his garage or
where? So we had snowmobiles, and then we had at our high school. It was called I think it was called Suicide Hill. Anyway, it was this huge, like almost like a mountain. And
we had a hill, Dead Man's Hill.
Yeah, so you always had a name, Suicide Hill.
Of course, because
whatever.
You should have no business going down that.
No,
right, and you would not have permission from mom and dad.
No, and you would get air, like you'd get airborne on these inner tubes. And my dad would go to the local truck store and get the biggest inner tube they made. And so 3 or 4 people would sit on the inner tube going down the hill. It was so dangerous.
Like I said, we would only have 1 or 2 days. So if it was no school that day, didn't matter. Actively snowing, we're out there. But we would be bringing our pool floaties. Yeah, right. We didn't have sleds because it didn't happen often enough for us to be stocked for that.
Now, would you spray them with like vegetable?
Oh my gosh, no.
Get the minimum speed.
I mean,
going down the hill.
I'm sure some of the guys would do that.
It's old school.
I'm sure my brother Jeff would probably do that.
That's totally old school.
But no, that's not fast enough for you.
Well, yeah, and then in college,
would you jump off a bridge if you could? What kind
of
like adrenaline junkie stuff?
So in college, we took our mattresses off our dorm beds, and because they were lined,
they were sledded with them.
They were lined with plastic, and so you'd spray them, and
right, because slide down the bed bugs.
And you would slide down the hill on your mattress. And I remember calling my mom.
Let's talk about that.
At 2 a.m.
You would, because you're injured, because you dislocated your hip.
No, I was so excited. Mom, we're having so much fun.
Tell her how much fun you were having.
At 2 a.m.
What did she say?
And they were taking food trays. Remember the food trays?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've done that.
Yeah. So you take the food trays, you can spray them. And again, that was like your little sliding. You got to improvise, Kim. This was the days of improvisation.
People would show up with like a cookie tray with a plastic bag, right? and a wooden spoon, right? Off we go.
We're canoeing on the snow.
Oh, my God.
Now, did you ice skate? Because we ice skated too.
Where? No, I never did.
Oh, so we had it was called Lake Lenape, which anyway, because it's Percy, whatever. And so you could go literally from one end of the town to the other via this like river.
Ice skates.
Yep, and it would freeze, and so you'd get your ice skates and you'd go
how do you
one end to the other.
That? Like, how do you just get out there and be like, I just assume it's going to hold all these people.
We just did, and we played hockey and skated, and it was great. It was great.
That I would not do.
Yeah.
Well, maybe as a kid I would.
Well, now because we have,
we know what can happen.
We have the. Now we're like, oh my god. But back then, I mean, you
didn't know what you didn't know.
Kids have no fear, and everybody was doing it. So
until one fell through, and that's why we don't do that anymore.
Which that didn't happen. Yeah, nobody fell through. Although my brother, when he was like, I think 3 or 4 years old, they would go play down by the creek, and my dad would sit in the living room reading the newspaper, and my mom got a phone call and said, yeah, we have your son at the doctor's office, and my mom's like, what are you talking about? Well, my brother Luke, and one of his friends went walking down the little creek there in the back, and right near there was a Dairy Queen, and there's a bridge over the Dairy Queen, and my brother stepped on the ice, and guess who fell through the ice at like 4 and 5 years old?
You did.
No, my brother.
Luke did fall through the ice?
Yes, and a bystander crossing the bridge in the car saw this happening.
What was he doing out there by himself at 4 years old?
Well, when you're... Here's my dad. Here's my brother. We're going to the creek. Here's my dad.
Okay. He's getting a sermon ready for
just be careful. So a bystander.
And he's out walking on a icy bridge over to Dairy Queen.
We could call Luke and ask him about this at some point.
So then who? Wait. So who then takes Luke out of the water?
The person driving by over the bridge.
A passerby
drove.
Sees a child fall through the ice.
Yep.
Stops the car. Rescues him out of the ice.
Yep.
And takes him to a doctor's office?
The local doctor. Mm-hmm. Who we, family doctors back then, everybody knew each other.
You just go to the doctor's office.
Yeah, and so my mom gets a phone call, hey, we have Luke here, and Luke's like...
And she's like, okay.
No, my mother was livid.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. Like, at what point are we freaking out?
She comes home, my dad's still here doing this.
Right. And then the next summer, he's,
Yeah, Luke's at the doctor's office.
So next winter, at the ripe old age of 5, was he also still allowed to go out? And
I gotta say, back then, we did a lot of things.
In the summertime,
yeah.
In the winter, I barely remember going out at that young age.
Yeah. We had 3 acres, so 3 acres backed up to the creek.
That's what I'm saying.
We would just go play on the creek and follow the creek down.
I didn't want to.
We were adventurous.
I remember going okay, and you guys go outside to play. Mom getting us all dressed, head to toe, snow pants, the whole thing.
Can't put my arms down.
But I would be out there 10 minutes, and I'd be like,
Yeah. Well, what's that? The movie.
So there you go. There's the answer. How do you feel about the seasons? Apparently, it's not that I don't like the wintertime.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. But I'm ready. I think I'm very quick to be ready for it to be gone.
Yeah, I think that's a very good analogy.
But I would never move to Florida.
Oh God,
full time. And
no.
If
the humidity. It's bad enough here. The humidity.
You can't breathe. I would move to a drier climate where it's warm all the time. But even then, I would be like, I think it's time to go to the East Coast. Well, let's go to New England. I want to see some snow.
Now listen, that's a whole nother thing, which we need to take this show on a road trip. I would totally go to New England, and during winter and sit in the cab and sit by the fire and drink
by the bay,
old fashioned or something.
Mm-hmm.
Great song. And I'd even like to go in the summertime. So I would probably say,
a whole different.
So let's narrow this down. So my favorite seasons would be the fall. Glimpses of greatness for winter. Glimpses, very few. And obviously the summer. Spring I don't like because spring to me is a teaser. One day it'll be really great, and the next day you're like, oh my God.
There already.
What's the phrase? Come in like a lamb, go out like a lion.
Come in like a lion, go out like a lamb.
See, I always mess that up. That's just me. Thank you, Kim. Thanks for pointing me in the right direction.
It depends on how it came in. If it came in
it could vary. But so what? So all right. So let's wrap things up. But real quick, what would your seasons be? What would be the ones that you go to? Fall is your absolute favorite because a little bit of both. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's very good.
Yeah.
So. I think in the fall, honestly, you get the best of both worlds.
Okay. And you get to be outside without a coat.
Yeah.
So your cute outfit.
But still put the top down, the convertible.
And still have the Jeep top down.
Yeah. Or take the doors off.
Or the date night vehicle.
My date night vehicle. We'll talk about that a little later, too.
Or the sunroof back.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
And we put the sunroof back.
Yeah. So we'd love to hear what your favorite seasons are and why, and maybe how you navigate getting through those blues.
Or did your parents throw you out in the snow?
Yeah.
And where did you end up? At the bottom of the lake?
I'll talk
Tell
to
us.
we'll have to talk to
Tell
my
us in the
brother.
comments below.
I'll have to talk to my brother about that. I'm sure she'll have
Yeah, Luke, we want to
lots
hear
of
about this.
lots
Luke,
of
can you chime in,
comments.
please, down here?
Yeah, we'll be making a phone call soon. So anyway, go have the day you deserve. Thanks again for stopping by. This, that, and the other.